Namaste, Dandavat Pranam. By the instruction and grace of our spiritual master, Viṣṇupād Paramahamsa, Sripād Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj, we are here reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We're also paying our humble Dandavat Pranam to Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada for providing us this wonderful commentary and translation of Bhagavatam. And today is a very special day, the holy disappearance day of the sannyas guru of my guru, Sripād Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj. His name is Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj. So we are praying that we can engage in some favorable activities that might be pleasing to His Divine Grace today. And finally, following the guidance of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, we are praying to Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī. Yadi sevā-vañcitāḥ yasyāḥ kṛpayā vayaṃ labhema sarvaṃ prāpnumaḥ prayojanaṃ dhāmni śrī-bhagavat pade Kṛṣṇa-sambandhi sarvaṃ Yadi jānīmahe tutam Aṣṭādaśasu sahasreṣu ślokānāṃ bhāgavat-oktiṣu Rādhārānīṃ vindāmaḥ tadā nishphalam bhagavat adhyayanam radhikaya kripam vina vyartasyat sarva-pariśramaḥ. If we are cheated out of serving that personality whose mercy awards us everything we need, including residence in the Lord's holy Dham and all things connected to Krishna, and if we cannot understand or discover Rādhārānīṃ within the 18,000 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, then our study of Srimad Bhagavatam has been pointless. Without the mercy of Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī, all of our efforts are in vain. So we are continuing our reading today from Canto 6, Chapter 2, Text 18. Ajñānad attavajñānad uttama ślokānāmayat sankirtitam agham pumso dahed edho yatanala. As a fire burns dry grass to ashes, so the holy name of the Lord, whether chanted knowingly or unknowingly, burns to ashes without fail all the reactions of one's sinful activities. Purport: fire will act regardless of whether handled by an innocent child or by someone well aware of its power. For example, if a field of straw or dry grass is set afire, either by an elderly man who knows the power of fire or by a child who does not, the grass will be burned to ashes. Similarly, one may or may not know the power of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, but if one chants the holy name, he will become free from all sinful reactions. Text 19. Yathagadam viryatamam upayuktam yadrichaya ajanato pyatma gunam kuryan mantro pudharita. If a person unaware of the effective potency of a certain medicine takes that medicine or is forced to take it, it will act even without his knowledge because of its potency, not depending on the patient's understanding. Similarly, even though one does not know the value of chanting the holy name of the Lord, if one chants knowingly or unknowingly, the chanting will be very effective.
I love when they put these scenarios in there, because then you get it.
Yeah, very helpful. Purport. In the Western countries where the Hare Krishna movement is spreading, learned scholars and other thoughtful men are realizing its effectiveness. For example, Dr. J. Stilson Judah, a learned scholar, has been very much attracted to this movement because he has actually seen that it's turning hippies addicted to drugs into pure Vaishnavas who voluntarily become servants of Krishna and humanity. Even a few years ago, such hippies did not know the Hare Krishna mantra, but now they are chanting it and becoming pure Vaishnavas. Thus they are becoming free from all sinful activities such as illicit sex, intoxication, meat eating, and gambling. This is practical proof of the effectiveness of the Hare Krishna movement, which is supported in this verse. One may or may not know the value of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, but if one somehow or other chants it, he will immediately be purified. Just as one who takes a potent medicine will feel its effects, regardless of whether he takes it knowingly or unknowingly. Text 20. Shri Shuka Uvacha Ta evam suvinirniya dharmam bhagavatam nripa tam yam yapasa nirmucha vipramrityur amumuchan. Sri Sukadev Goswami continued, My dear king, having thus perfectly judged the principles of devotional service with reasoning and arguments, the order carriers of Lord Vishnu released the Brahmana Ajāmila from the bondage of the Yamadūtas and saved him from imminent death. Text 21. Iti pratyuditayamya dutayat vayamantikam yamharajne yata sarvam achachakshur arindama. My dear Maharaj Parikshit, O subduer of all enemies, after the servants of Yamaraj had been answered by the order carriers of Lord Vishnu, they went to Yamaraj and explained to him everything that had happened. Purport. In this verse, the word pratyudita is very significant. The servants of Yamaraj are so powerful that they can never be hindered anywhere. But this time they were baffled and disappointed in their attempt to take away a man they considered sinful. Therefore they immediately returned to Yamaraj and described to him everything that had happened. Text 22. Dvijapasad vinirmukto gatabi prakritim gata vavande sirasa Vishnu kinkaran darshanotsava. Having been released from the nooses of Yamaraj's servants, the Brahmana Ajāmila, now free from fear, came to his senses and immediately offered obeisances to the Viṣṇudūtas by bowing his head at their lotus feet. He was extremely pleased by their presence, for he had seen them save his life from the hands of the servants of Yamaraj. Purport. Vaishnavas are also Viṣṇudūtas because they carry out the orders of Krishna. Lord Krishna is very eager for all the conditioned souls rotting in this material world to surrender to him and be saved from material pangs in this life and punishment in hellish conditions after death. A Vaishnava therefore tries to bring conditioned souls to their senses. Those who are fortunate like Ajāmila are saved by the Viṣṇudūtas or Vaishnavas, and thus they return back home, back to Godhead. Text 23. Tam vivakshum abhipretya mahapurusha kinkara sahasa pasyatastasya tatrantardadire naga. O sinless Maharaj Parikshit, the order carriers of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Viṣṇudūtas, saw that Ajāmila was attempting to say something, and thus they suddenly disappeared from his presence. Purport. The Shastras say, Papishtaye durachara deva brahmana nindaka apatya bhojanastesham akale maranam dhruvam. For persons who are papista, very sinful, and durachara, misbehaved, or very unclean in their habits, who are against the existence of God, who disrespect Vaishnavas and Brahmanas, and who eat anything and everything, untimely death is sure. It is said that in Kali Yuga one has a maximum lifetime of 100 years, but as people become degraded, the duration of their lives decreases. Prayojanaṃ. Because Ajāmila was now free from all sinful reactions, his lifetime was extended, even though he was to have died immediately. When the Viṣṇudūtas saw Ajāmila trying to say something to them, they disappeared to give him a chance to glorify the Supreme Lord. Since all his sinful reactions had been vanquished, he was now prepared to glorify the Lord. Indeed, one cannot glorify the Lord unless one is completely free from all sinful activities. This is confirmed by Krishna himself in Bhagavad-gita 7.28. Yesham tvanta gatam papam Yeshvam tvanta gatam papam janhanam punya karmanam tedvanva moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridhavrata. Persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, and who are freed from the duality of delusion, engage themselves in my service with determination. The Viṣṇudūtas made Ajāmila aware of devotional service, so that he might immediately become fit to return home back to Godhead. To increase his eagerness to glorify the Lord, they disappeared so that he would feel separation in their absence. In the mode of separation, glorification of the Lord is very intense. Texts 24 through 25. Ajāmilo pyata karnya dutanam yama Krishnayo dharmam bhagavatam shudham tribhedyam chagunashrayam bhaktiman bhagavat-yasu mahatmya shravanadare anutapo mahan asit smarato shubham atmana. After hearing the discourses between the Yamadūtas and the Viṣṇudūtas, Ajāmila could understand the religious principles that act under the three modes of material nature. These principles are mentioned in the three Vedas. He could also understand the transcendental religious principles, which are above the modes of material nature and which concern the relationship between the living being and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Furthermore, Ajāmila heard glorification of the name, fame, qualities, and pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He thus became a perfectly pure devotee. He could then remember his past sinful activities, which he greatly regretted having performed. In Bhagavad Gita 2.45, Lord Krishna told Arjuna, Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nishtrayagunyo Bhavarjuna This is Bhagavad Gita. Tragunya Vishaya Vedha Nishtray Gunyo Bhavarjuna Nirdvanvo Nitya Sattvo Sto Niryogo Kshema Atmavan. The Vedas mainly deal with the subject of the three modes of material nature. Rise above these modes, O Arjuna. Be transcendental to all of them. Be free from all dualities and from all anxieties for gain and safety, and be established in the self. The Vedic principles certainly prescribe a gradual process for rising to the spiritual platform. But if one remains attached to the Vedic principles, there is no chance of his being elevated to spiritual life. Krishna therefore advised Arjuna to perform devotional service, which is the process of transcendental religion. The transcendental position of devotional service is also confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.6. Savai pumsam parodharmo yato bhaktir adhoksaje. Bhakti, or devotional service, is parodharma, transcendental dharma. It is not material dharma. People generally think that religion should be pursued for material profit. This may be suitable for persons interested in material life, but one who is interested in spiritual life should be attached to parodharma, the religious principles by which one becomes a devotee of the Supreme Lord. Yato bhaktir adhoksaje. The Bhagavata religion teaches that the Lord and the living entity are eternally related, and that the duty of the living entity is to surrender to the Lord. When one is situated on that platform of devotional service, one is freed from impediments and completely satisfied. Ahoitu kyapratiyata yayatma suprashidati. Having been elevated to that platform, Ajāmila began to lament for his past materialistic activities and glorify the name, fame, form, and pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And thus ends our reading for today. We will continue from text 26 on Friday. Jayam Viṣṇupād Paramahamsa Śrīpad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Acharya Dev, Srila Tirtha Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga Ki Jai.
Jai.
All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the worldwide devotees, Sama Bhaktiveda Vrinda Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Navadvip Dham Ki Jai, Mayapur Dham Ki Jai, Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ju Ki Jai, Ganga Mai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai, Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Giri Govardhan Gupta Govardhan Dham Ki Jai, Shyam Kund Radha Kund Ki Jai,
Jai.
Tulsi Devi, Bhakti Devi, Vrinda Devi Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Harinam Sankirtan Yajna Ki Jai, Scientific Sankirtan Yajna Ki Jai, Princeton Bhaktivedanta Institute Ki Jai, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari 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 Bo, Jai Śrīmatī Tulsi Maharani Devi Dasi Ki Jai,
Jai Krishna. Sorry.
Jai Tirabhav Mahamahotsav, Om Viṣṇupād Paramahamsa Parvartikacharya Asatara Satishi Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Jai. Jai Krishna Kesavadas Brahmacharya Ki Jai.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.